Hey guys, so this week we're going to be drawing parrots, and one reason we're going to be doing this one is because you guys are going to get to come up with some really cool different patterns for your picture. We have worked a lot with patterns throughout the year, and you guys have proven to be really good at them. You've had lots of practice doing patterns. So I think you'll be great at this. Remember, a pattern is something that is repeated, so it's something that you do over and over again. And you'll see how we are going to add patterns in our picture here in a minute. So we're going to do another draw along. I think you guys have done fantastic with this. As always, feel free to add or change any details you want. You are the artist, so you can make it your own. And if you don't want to do my draw along and you want to make your own parrot or your own drawing of a bird, that is perfectly fine. Just make sure that you include some patterns in your picture. Okay, so here we go. Are you ready? Okay, so we are going to start with the head of the parrot, and to do that you're going to make a little dot, just like that, just a little circle. Everybody got it? Got your dot? Cool. So now what we're going to work on is just making all the little parts of the head. So we're going to do just a little part of the head right here, just like that. So we have a dot and a line. Now we're going to make part of the beak, and we're going to do a line right here. There we go. And birds have really cool beaks. They are all different sizes depending on the bird, different colors, and they use those beaks to eat, so they are very important. We have to make sure we add those to our bird. All right. So we are going to draw a circle now, and we're going to draw our circle around our little dot right here. This is going to give our parrot his eye. So you guys work on that. Draw your little circle. So now we have an eyeball and part of a bird beak. Okay, next thing you're going to do is this line that you started right here. We are going to continue that line all the way around to finish the top of the head. So we're going to bring it all the way around, just like that. So now we have a big U. And today I'm drawing with a pen or a little marker. That way it's darker. I've noticed in some of my drawings that some of those details come out kind of light. So I'm doing this. Hopefully you guys can see it a little better today. Okay, and over here, once you have that giant upside down U for the top of your head, we're going to finish off the beak. So make sure you pay attention to this part. You can always pause the video if you need to. You're going to draw one line on the top of this line and one on the bottom. So the top one, we're going to connect from the head to the end of the beak. So we're going to go from the head to the end of the beak, just like that. Okay, so that's the top part of the beak, but the bird needs to be able to open his mouth to eat, so we're going to give him the bottom part of his beak, and we're going to do it just like that. And we want to stop it a little before the top of the beak, but you can make it come all the way to the other end too if you want. It doesn't really matter. I'm just doing mine like this, but of course yours can be different. So work on that. I'm going to go over mine just a little bit. You do not have to do this part. I'm just going to do that while you are catching up on your bird. I hope you are all doing good. I miss having you all in my art room. Oops, I messed up a little bit there, but that's all right. I have been doing all kinds of art all over my house. Painted my front door crazy color, painted my fence in my backyard. I can't stop making art. Okay, so now what you're going to do is we are going to practice doing a wavy line. We've done some wavy lines in our other projects, and one of the main projects you guys will remember is probably our Jen Stark project. That is the one that we did where it looked like it was dripping and running down the page. You guys got to use some watercolors. So we are going to kind of draw a line really similar to that at the bottom of the head. So we're going to draw a wavy line from this side of the head to this side, and we're going to do it just like this. So down, up, down, up. It doesn't have to be the same. You can go higher, some lower, kind of like it's dripping, just like you've done before. So go ahead and start yours now. I'm gonna go over mine again, but you do not have to. This is just to make it darker. So up, down, up, down. Remember, a wavy line doesn't have points. It's a wave, so they're rounded. All right, so now you have your wavy line. So now we have the head of our bird. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start on the body. And this part can get a little tricky. So again, this is a good area in case you need to rewind it or pause it. Make sure you do that. That way you can follow along. Unless you're doing your own, then that's totally fine. But I'm gonna show you how to do different parts of the body. So I think what we're gonna do, yeah, we're gonna start with the back. Okay, here we go. So at this first little wave you have on your head, this is where we're going to start the part of its wing, the back part of its wing. So to do that, you're going to kind of want to make a curvy line. If you need to practice with your finger first, do that. It's going to kind of look like, almost like a smiley face, but sideways. So you can watch me and pause your video, rewind it. Here we go. So I'm going to kind of make a curvy line, just like that. But at the end of my curvy line, I'm going to curve it back out just a little. So I have a line just like that. So I have a curved line and then a little tiny wave in it just here at the bottom. So if I turn my page like this, almost looks like a smiley face. Okay. Hopefully that didn't mess up your view when I move my paper. Okay, so now you have your waved line. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a bumpy kind of line, and it's gonna have a bunch of little bumps, bumps, bumps. And we're gonna do that all the way down here, or you can do it from here all the way up here. I'm gonna do mine from the bottom to the top. It's a little easier for me, but you can do it the other way, whichever. I'm gonna practice drawing my line so I kind of know where I want it to go. You're gonna want your little bumpy line to go almost to the middle of the head, but you don't wanna go into the head. So you wanna stop when you get to your wavy line. So I'm gonna do, you can watch me first and then you can do yours. I'll go over mine again so you have time. Okay, so I'm gonna do a bumpy line, bump, 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 all the way up to my head, pretty close to the middle, just like that. Okay, so go ahead and do yours. I'm gonna go over mine so you have time. All right, hopefully you all have your wavy line now. Okay, so after that, now we're going to do the leg first. So instead of doing the other side of the body, we're gonna do the leg. All right, so to do the leg, we're going to start on one side right here, and we're gonna kind of make another wavy line. And we're gonna go from this about right there and stop. So that's going to be the back side of the leg. And you're going to do the same thing right across from it, but in the opposite direction. So watch me and then you can do it. I'll go over mine so you have time to catch up. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing, but in the opposite direction. So I'm going to go out and then in this way. There we go. So go ahead and do yours. If you want to make your little bird legs a little longer, you can. I'm going to actually make mine a little longer. They're a little short, or you can leave them short. Either way. Ouch, that was my elbow. Okay. Now you have a bird, head, a beak, a feather, and a, well, part of the leg, floating leg. Okay, so now we're gonna add the belly, and then we're gonna go to the feet, and then we're gonna add any fun extra details, and then I'll show you how to do your patterns. I'm gonna actually color along with you, so if you want to start coloring whenever I do, that would be great. This is a project that is meant to be colored, so I would love to see all of your colors. If you choose not to color, make sure you still add all of your patterns with your pencil or whatever art material you're using to draw. Okay, so to do our belly, we are going to connect our leg all the way to our head, or you can go from the head to the leg. I like to go kind of backwards, so I'm going to start from the leg to the head, and I'm going to start almost, this is a little knee kind of, so I'm going to start about right in the middle of the knee. You can put a little dot if that helps you. I like to use a little dots. You've probably noticed that. That kind of helps me see where I'm going. So I'm going to start right in the middle of the knee, and I'm going to take that all the way up to the head. Okay, so I went from my little knee to the head. I'm going to go over it just so mine's a little thicker, but you don't have to. If you want to give your bird a nice round belly because he's been eating all kinds of worms and fruits and leaves and bugs, whatever birds eat, then you can give yours a nice round belly. Mine's kind of skinny. He looks kind of goofy. Okay. So now we're going to do the feet. And the feet can be kind of tricky, but I think you guys can do this. You are wonderful artists. So I'm going to kind of show you, and then you can follow along. His feet are going to kind of look like two little bananas. So let's get going. So for the foot, on the bottom, I'm going to kind of do a flat, almost flat, with a little bit of a curved line. So it looks almost flat, but not quite. Okay, and then I'm going to connect this side of the line to his leg. Just like that. You can make it kind of curved. And then on the other side, you're going to do the same thing. So right now he only has 2 toes, and we need to give him 3 toes. So we're going to do another curved line from this little corner right here. And we're going to come out just a little bit with a almost flat line, just like before, but a little bit of a curve to it. And then we're going to make it come in. So now our little birdie has 3 toes. And this part is up to you. You can either put your bird on a rock or a tree limb or the ground, whatever you want to do. I'm going to probably put mine on a tree limb, but before you do that really quickly, I forgot all about the tail. So you need to make sure that you add the tail on your bird. Or I mean, if you want to leave it like this is fine. The tail is my favorite part. So to do your tail, we're going to make a really long, skinny oval. Well, kind of like an oval, you'll see. Or like a really long, skinny U. So we're going to start kind of towards this little curvy line that we did right here on the wing. And we're going to come all the way down and right back up to that bottom part of that curvy wing. So we're going to have all the way down. You can make it as long or as short as you want. And back up. And you're going to want to do maybe 3 or 4 of these, and you can do all different lengths. So I'm going to do some that are shorter and connect it. You can just connect it to the bird somewhere. I'm going to do another one up here. And I'm going to do another one right here. There we go. So now we have, actually I'm going to do one more because this is just so fun. I like these little lines. Okay, so now our bird has a tail and it looks beautiful. Okay, so now we're gonna do a tree limb. You can, like I said, you can do a big rock that he's standing on, or you can even put it standing on a seashell or a piece of fruit or a coconut, or a dog, a bunny rabbit's head, you name it. You can do anything you want. Be creative. I'm just gonna do a tree limb. That way it'll be pretty quick, but you guys can, of course, change that up. So I'm gonna do a tree limb. If you want to do a tree limb, you can kind of watch along to this part, or you can pause me, or let me play while I do my limb. So I'm gonna just make a line all the way to the other edge of my paper on both sides of my bird. Just like that. And then I'm gonna do the same thing underneath here and here, except on my tree limb, I'm going to make this part come out further, and I'm going to make my branch have 2 sections. All right. And one other thing I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some leaves. This will just give it some extra decoration so it's not so empty. I'm gonna do some different kinds of leaves. If you want to do the same as mine, that's fine, or you can change yours up. I'm just gonna do some kind of wavy lined leaves, sort of, just like that. Do all kinds of different ones here. Okay, I'm gonna add some more over here. I know I'm moving kind of quick on this part. I'm gonna do one more here. Okay, so there's my bird hanging out on a tree branch. Now, this is the best part. This is where we add all of our patterns. And when I say to add all of your patterns, what you can do is in each section, oh my goodness, you can do a different pattern. So when I say each section, what a tongue twister that is, you can change it up, and I'll show you. I'm trying to get all my markers out of my box, but they're stuck. Okay, so you can do a pattern in this part here, or this part here, this part here, the beak, the leaves, the branch. You can do a different pattern in each part. So I'll kind of show you how I'm going to do mine, and then you guys can get started, and I'll work along next to you. And then when you're done, you can send me a picture of what you made in your awesome work. So I'm going to do a pattern like this. Remember, a pattern is something that repeats. So I'm going to do this all throughout this part of the wing. You do not have to do this pattern. You can do any kind you want. You could do circles, stripes, polka dots, squares, triangles, wavy lines, crazy lines, rainbow, whatever you want. Okay. So I did one pattern there. So then when I said to change it up, you can come to a different part of the bird and do another pattern. And your colors don't have to be realistic. They can be kind of crazy and fun. So on this one, I'm just gonna do some dots. If you're using markers, don't press too hard. You can press really, really light and your markers will still work. If we press too hard or if we hit down with our markers, it will ruin them. And I know you want to take care of your art supplies. So you can just add all kinds of fun things. One really cool thing that happened this weekend for me is we went to our ranch. We have a ranch, and right now there's turkeys everywhere. And it was so cool because we were sitting in our little house and we were playing cards, and my husband and I, we heard this really loud gobble, and we were like, whoa, what was that? And we went outside and there was a huge turkey sitting in the tree outside. Can you believe that? He was just sitting up there gobbling away. What a crazy turkey. So for this part of the tail, I think I'm going to do a different pattern in each part, but I'm going to make it super colorful because of course you have to love color. I'm going to go here. I'm going to do stripes, I think. I'm gonna do blue ones here. And I think I'm gonna do blue ones on the other side because I don't want to use all of my colors right here. But that's just me. There we go. And for the last little section, I think I'm gonna use yellow again. Except my yellow is mixing with my pen. That's all right. Okay, and then for the head, I think I'm gonna do pink. I'm gonna have one crazy color looking bird. He's gonna look like he belongs in the movie Rio. Everything's so colorful and pretty. My bird's head, I just realized it does kind of look like ice cream. All right. And my birdie beak needs to have some decorations. I'm gonna do all right. So now I've done all the different sections of my birds. You can do the different sections in your leaves, and I'm gonna do some green on my leaves, I think, but I'm gonna do all of it green because I want it to be kind of fun and colorful like my birdie. I'm gonna do one over here. Actually, I'm gonna bring there we go. I hope you guys have enjoyed the art projects we've been doing at home. I've tried to come up with some things pretty quick that I thought you guys might like. And if you have any suggestions for art projects, please let me know. We do have a few weeks left of school, so I would love to hear if you have any suggestions or things that you might want to do. That would be kind of fun. My picture is gonna look crazy. I cannot wait to see what yours looks like. I bet it looks fabulous. Here we go. I don't have anything colored solid. It's not exactly a pattern, so I'm going to do some thicker stripes so it has some more solid areas. There we go. What color am I missing? Yellow. I'm gonna do polka dots, bigger ones. Oh, forgot this leaf down here. Can't do that. All right, so now I just need to do my tree branch. And on this part, I'm actually going to go ahead and do it brown like an actual tree branch, just to give it some little dark spot on here. But I still think I'm going to do a pattern. I wish I could hear what you were saying, because I bet you would have so many good ideas. I'm going to do, ooh, you know what? I'm going to do zigzags. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have done swirls. Bunch of little swirls. That would have looked so good. Maybe you guys can do that on yours. Maybe I'll do some swirls on this bottom part. Let's do it. So I'll do some swirls. And the good thing about pattern is it doesn't necessarily have to be the same. So my size can be different, but the same shape could be repeated. So I could do all kinds of different sizes. Okay. Do one more. There we go. All right. So now my tree limb, my leaves, and my bird are colored. Last thing I want to do is a pattern in the sky or the background. I am going to do, I think, all different ones. You guys, if you want to, because I know this is a big space, or unless you drew bigger than me, you can, maybe you could do patterns on the top and solid on the bottom, or solid on top and patterns on the bottom. It's up to you. Or if you want to go ahead and do patterns, I would love for you to. It will go perfectly with what we made. So I think I'm going to do patterns, but I'm going to make mine kind of bigger That way it fills the space a little more. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do triangles, and I think I'm gonna do blue and maybe some orange and yellow, kind of like the sun in the corner. I'm trying to think here. I don't know. I'll just go for it. I'm just gonna do triangles. Yep, I love this idea. I think it's gonna look awesome. And one good thing you guys can do is it is okay if you need to color it all the way to the edge. So even though my triangle didn't fit, it can run off the side of the page, and you can still kind of tell that there's supposed to be a triangle there. Or even right here, I can have it to where it looks like there's a triangle about to float into my picture. All right, guys, so I'm going to keep working on this, and I will post a picture in the assignment so you guys can see what my finished project look like. I think this is going to take a little while, and sometimes when these videos get really, really long, it takes forever to upload for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here, but I will talk to you soon on my Google Classroom. Remember, post a picture under the assignment so I can see it. And I can't wait to see your projects. Good luck.